Hey y'all, kitchen's open. If you've not said hi before, please go ahead and shout out. People over here and down here in the chat would love to give you a warm silver lining welcome, as would I. And I'm Dina, by the way. So, I hope everyone's having a good night. I am going to make a cocktail, and we're going to have roasted vegetables tonight. So, let's see. More gin. And this is Skip Rock gin. We're going to have a little, what is it? Sparkling Lime and Yuzu. So let me get that out real quick. It is cold and rainy today, y'all. I'm telling you. Let's set up a money shot here, huh? So I've been going to the grocery store and, you know, making sure I have cocktail stuff. And the wine steward at the store pulled me over today and she's like, well, how did you like the Bloody Mary mix? And I told her how good it was. And she's like, oh, yay. So that was kind of cool. We are becoming friends on Dina's alcohol adventures. What is that called? This thing. All right, so she said some gin. This is Fever Tree, Lime, and Yuzu. Don't ask me what it is, because I don't know. Today, I just let somebody else say, you should have this. So I did it. Oh, I should have gotten a stirry thing. That's not that much gin. All right, who's here? Hey, Obbs. Keely. Mr. Paul Duncan. All right. Am I missing anyone else? Nope. This is actually good. It is a lot of gin, but we'll be okay. Paul's driving. So we are going to do some roasted potatoes. I've got some carrots. Hey, yo, Rich. Good to see you. Yeah, I've got some, went out and pulled some carrots. Oh my God. Hey, Sherry. Y'all coming in late. It's good to see y'all. Thanks for coming in. We're having gin and Fever Tree. Going simple tonight, because sometimes I'm just simple. All right, roasted potatoes. I've got some carrots that we're going to go over there and wash. It was raining buckets when I went out there to get carrots. I came back in so wet, it was insane. I almost debated just putting on a hat and calling it good. All right, we've got some green beans, some mushrooms. I went and got some fresh rosemary out of the garden. We'll do some garlic. So let's go wash some carrots. are little guys. I mean, relatively speaking. I don't think we need 2 of them tonight, though, because they're big. Hold your knife, choke up, grab it like you mean it. Yeah, it is kind of respectable, isn't it? Like this, Keely? Ears? So I'm going to cut this fairly thin so that it cooks faster, because we're gonna have the potatoes going, which reminds me, stove cam went down on me today. I mean, I didn't mind, but then I realized that I actually need stove cam tonight. So you won't be getting to see stove action. Now, when you cut carrots for roasting, or any vegetable really, you want to have as much surface area as possible. I need something underneath here. You want as much surface area as possible so it will, you know, all the surfaces get nice and brown. And what do we say? Dina says brown food is good. So that's that. I've got a dog at my feet looking up here, and I don't dare try to move the camera to show you. All right. It's just nice and rough, like that rough cut. Hey Tori, welcome to the party. We're having gin with lime and yuzu. And we are roasting potatoes, carrots, some green beans, and what are those things called? Mushrooms. I got some mushrooms too. Tori, you've only got 2 days left. So what I should have done a few minutes ago was get water boiling for potatoes. I'm going to turn around and do that now. These are a little limp. Oh, excellent. You're almost there. Rosé is good. Which one do you like? All right, so that's that. I'm gonna go get potatoes. I'm going to do these carrots first. I'm just going to get them in. And the green beans. I mean, the green beans won't take that long, but I don't mind them being kind of overdone because they kind of caramelize and it makes me happy. They're kind of all melty all over. So we'll take some fresh rosemary, pull it off. That in there. And some salt. Pepper. I already set the oven to 450. What are we celebrating down here, y'all? Lost my towel. God, I need like a gang of towels. I bet you're sipping on some of that Nob Hill. I think we all need to drink to that. All right. I wish I had a stove cam for y'all today. Sorry. So I'm trying to get these on the flat sides here, biggest surface, because I want them caramelized. On Saturday, I am going to stream probably all morning cooking Christmas dinner, because I can. So look out for that if you aren't doing anything, but I do not expect anyone to show up just to show up. So, you know, and I might even bring someone on to say hi. The oven's at 450. I'm going to move on to the potato event. When is what? So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to cut these in, well, in the interest of time, I am going to make these a little smaller than I normally would, but they'll cook faster because you know how oven time is when you're streaming. When am I cooking? You know, I'm not sure. I think 7 a.m. Pacific is probably too early for most people. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's just going to be open kitchen, probably kind of like that first stream where I just was quiet and just doing my thing. But if y'all jump on and are chatty, of course I'll chat it up. But what I want to do is force myself to get some micro content on how to make the individual dishes. So that'll be kind of cool. Well, Paul, well, Aubrey, what time do you want me to start on Saturday? Sherry, I think I'm going to make those carrots that I brought to Thanksgiving, or took to Thanksgiving, I should say. And Keely, you're going to get your Yorkshire puddings, because I picked up a roast. It's pretty, too. All right, more potatoes, she says. Oh, make the East Coast get up early? Well, I don't think anybody's just going to tune in simply for me on Christmas Day. I think it's going to be, oh my God, I got to get away from my in-laws kind of thing. Where's something to, oh look, here's a stream. Somebody's cooking quietly. I wish my family would be quiet. Okay, darling, we need to talk about these. We need to talk about these Yorkshire puddings. They are individual puddings, correct? Well, there's a little bit of a thing there, Miss Sherry. I sent some cake to Keely. But yeah, the rest of the cooking, yeah, you're the only ones that have it. And Tori had some artichoke dip. I did send some to Anna and Fulgens, but yeah, you guys, poor Sherry. Poor Sherry. She has to put up with me saying, can I drop all this off? I have too much of this. Can I drop this off? All right, so, okay, so like my dad used to do it, okay. Like popovers, kind of. I think that's what he called them. All right, so what you cannot see, let me go up high here. You want, I know this is gonna sound freaking weird, but it's the things I've learned. You want the water to be as salty as the sea tastes. So we're gonna put a significant amount of salt in. What, Sherry? So that's water for the potatoes, and then it adds a little. It roughs them up a little. So you want to rough up your potatoes so they pick up the oils that I'm going to put in, and then they're going to be crispier. Why is this camera so low? All right, so how much of this? I don't remember. So I'm going to go like a teaspoon and a half. In case you haven't figured it out, I kind of mess up on the stream deck sometimes, and I do it by feel. All right, so that's that. I don't understand the question, Sherry. I'm waiting for the water to boil here. And it's taking its sweet time. I'm gonna figure when you want something really bad, you have to wait a little longer than you'd like. See, any questions? Now we get to try my Stream Deck button that I programmed today. It doesn't work. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, it works. You know, I don't have a keyboard here, so it's hard to search for the cue. Oh, you had an incomplete thought. All right, waiting for this. So I bought some new towels, these guys, and I know Sherry knows this problem. I don't know if other people do, but sometimes you see towels that you really, really like, and they're just not thirsty enough. So I'm going to tell you how to make it thirsty once we get the potatoes in the oven, that is. I'm going to cut up some green onions, I think. I think that would be good. Let's see what I've got. Probably wash these too, huh? Oh, this water is taking forever to boil. Let's go finish washing this carrot or something, because it's dirty still. A good vegetable brush is important. I don't think we want to name anything we're going to eat. It's like first rule of Farm Club. All right, I'm going to take a chance on this this bowl here. That was about the dumbest thing I've ever done in the kitchen. All right. So, we're going to bring the potatoes to a boil. We're going to let them boil for probably 5 to 7 minutes, and then pull them out and do a little melted butter kind of action. And then get them into the pan with the other stuff. Which is already looking pretty good. So I think the timing's gonna work out really well. How about we make another drink? Keely, I'm right behind you. So I should think of a story to tell you. Okay, here's one. It's completely unrelated. There's nothing. I think I mentioned the other day that I grew up in a 10,000 square foot house. And I really was not kidding. It was 10,000 square feet. Okay, I'll go with this question. I know nothing about whiskey. Like, seriously, nothing about whiskey. Got nothing for you, hon. You'll have to teach me. Yeah, you've been drinking for a little while there, Miss Keeley. Might have to put you on the bench for a minute. Or whatever they call it in field hockey. All right, so I grew up in a 10,000 square foot house. Mom and Dad rented, so it was a dormitory for single engineers who built the Grand Coulee Dam. So that should tell you where I grew up. I'm going to turn these vegetables while we talk. Why are stores closing at 6 p.m. Christmas week? That's a good question. That's a really good question. Let me turn these veg. So it was an engineer's dorm for the single men who built the Grand Coulee Dam in the 30s. And we had, if I recall correctly, 13 urinals in the house. Almost every, well, no, there were like 4 rooms that had their own bathroom, but all the rooms had their own sinks. It was kind of weird. I grew up in a dormitory, basically. Where was I going with this? Completely lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. So, one of the high school teachers used to rent a room for Mom and Dad, and I probably should not tell this story to the internet, but here we go. And it was rumored at school that he had a python. My mother is deathly afraid of snakes. So, no, they weren't building the dam when I was alive. They built it in the 30s, and then the house stayed. So then we just lived in the house. So some friends and I were talking, and they said, "Hey, I hear this teacher has a snake in his room. We should go look, because we had master keys because we owned the building. So on a dare, which really I should never, I just can't resist, and I should not admit that to the internet either. So here I am in my little half shirt, you know, teenage girl and shorts, no socks and shoes on. And they're like, I dare you to go in there. I'm like, nah, there's no snake in there. It can't possibly be a snake in there. There was a snake in there. It was a big mother father snake. And I had to sit on that. I couldn't tell my parents. I could not tell them because then they would know that I used the master key to go into his room. But I knew that they'd want to know, but I couldn't. So I never told them. I think I told my dad on his deathbed. He was in a coma, kind of. And I think I told him then. And I wish I would have told him earlier because I think he would have laughed his ass off. All right, so potatoes are done, or ready for the oven, I should say. So I'm going to drain them off. My mom used to save the potato water, and she'd put salt and pepper in it and have us drink it. She tried to convince us that it was healthy or something. And the funny thing is, now sometimes I crave potato water. I'm going to put these onions and rosemary in. And I'm going to go get the butter that I've walked past 4 times and didn't get. A little olive oil in as well. These potatoes come out pretty crispy. They're surprisingly good, and I guess the baking soda, I guess it roughs it up a little bit. Okay, why do we put olive oil in boiling water pot things? Do you mean something that I just did, or something in general? Is this a general question? I need a little help. Darling, I wouldn't necessarily ignore you. I'm just not good at this yet. All right, so the butter's melted, almost. And it smells really good because I got the rosemary and the green onions in there. What he said, y'all. All I can say, I mean, Paul's right, but I can tell you that they're just freaking good because we did this on Thanksgiving, and I can't go back to no baking soda now. I just cannot. Just cannot. So, Keely, I need to understand your question a little bit more. Help me out here, pal. Okay, somebody's been drinking all day, so we're going to let that go. We're just going to pretend like we never saw that comment. All right, so the butter is, I think what you're asking, Keely, actually, I think what you're asking is why do we, in general, put olive oil in pasta sauce? Or not pasta sauce, in pasta when it's boiling, perhaps, maybe. And I understand that that's an old wives' tale. It doesn't really make a difference, but I do. No, that was the recipe for tonight because it was hard. I think my father was okay with me not telling him about Mr. Ayer's python. I mean, it was big. And he didn't need to know that his daughter was up in the math teacher's room. All right, so this is what it looks like so far. I'm going to put these potatoes in for a few minutes now. You know, I found that it doesn't really prevent it from boiling over, in my experience. And I'm an experienced woman. But, you know, maybe other people's olive oil is different than mine. I don't know. These mushrooms are going to take no time at all, so I'm going to put them in kind of last. Yeah, I could freeze the leftovers. The mushrooms won't be that good, but you know, frankly, I kind of like the musky flavor of mushrooms, so the earthiness of them and everything. I would probably eat them pretty quickly. I prefer to just eat roasted potatoes straight out of the chute. They're fine the next day. You got to get them up to temperature again. I don't put them in the microwave. I'll put them in the toaster oven or put them in the oven again. I should really learn the science of why potatoes don't work the way we want them to. Yeah, so this particular dish I wouldn't freeze. If I had put beets in here and there was a whole bunch of stuff, I might freeze it. But this will be fine tomorrow morning. I'll throw some eggs in. I'll chop really fine, not finely. I'll chop this stuff coarsely so it's a little smaller, and then I will throw an egg on it. But really, I'm probably not going to eat anything tomorrow morning, so this is just fiction. So let's talk thirsty towels, because I know at least one other person on this stream right now has purchased towels and went, these things are not absorbent enough. So let's clean up a little bit. All right, these towels are the towels that I use all the time. I buy the same towels. I've been buying them for 5 years, and they are terrible towels when you first get them. Absolutely terrible. And I'm going to show you. Where is it? There it is. So let's get a little bit of water. So this is brand new. I just took it out of the package. And I am going to pour some water on the counter. And all these things do is push the water around. It doesn't soak anything up. It just kind of pushes the water around. But if you do the towels like I do them, just dry. Makes the wet go away in an instant. So what you do is I have a little, where is it? I have a little foot basin, like a foot bath kind of basin that I put the towels in, stick the towels in there, and then I fill it about halfway with white vinegar. I suppose it'll work with cider vinegar, but I'm kind of afraid of staining sometimes. So I leave them overnight in the vinegar. Well, what? Hold up, back it up. I will boil water and pour the boiled water in with the vinegar. So everything is submerged. And then I will leave that overnight, and then I'll put them in the wash. Wash them. Do not put them in the dryer. If you must put them in the dryer, do not use a dryer sheet. Period. Ever. Fabric softener will make it so the fibers like get tight, and tight things don't lend to thirstiness. So you don't want to use fabric softener. And then the vinegar, I think, helps open it up, and it's ready to accept whatever you're gonna send its way. and I will drink to that. So what I do is I will hang them on a line. In the wintertime, that means right here. So most of the time my house looks like this until I'm streaming, and then I take it all down. But that's that. And boy, I was hoping that that would take up a little more time than it did. The mushrooms smell really good. Love the way they smell. Let's see, another story. Raise your hand if you knew that I had been in the military. Do you not use them, period? You know, Tori, I'm not sure. I think it works with any towel. I mean, theoretically, it should work with any towel, right? Whatever the vinegar is doing to open up the... Jasmine, my sweetheart, how are you? This is a family member, like a full-on blood relative. Thanks for showing up, Jasmine. I appreciate it. I think that's an F, not Ming, right? Keely? Jasmine, welcome to the stream. Everyone over here in the chat, give Jasmine a warm welcome. She is my nephew's daughter. You know, Sherry, I don't know if it's pure cotton towels, but I think it probably is. Well, I'm glad you're sticking with it, kiddo. That makes me happy. All right, pure cotton towels, I think so, yes. Yes. So, yeah. I was going to tell you another story to fill the void, but Jasmine showed up, which just totally makes me, wow, that makes me really happy. Jasmine, I was thinking about you the other day. When you were just a wee little one, I was over at your grandma and grandpa's house you put on my cowboy boots and you had my hat on, and Lolo's truck alarm went off and you actually jumped out of the boots, straight out of the boots. It was fan-frickin-tastic. All right, the story I was going to tell you is going to happen right after. Were any more towel questions? Let's finish that topic first. I'm going to turn the potatoes while y'all think about questions. And I'm not going to get this brand new one dirty because I have a feeling that it might have something to say really soon. Just saying. Jasmine, I was telling them about the house that I grew up in, the one in Cooley. Oh, dang. I'm flipping the heat to 500. So, it was scary to roam around at night. So y'all, this place was intense. It was, well, you know, I came of age in the era of, what is his name? Freddy Krueger and Nightmare on Elm Street. And if any of you have watched that, you will remember that there was a boiler room and tunnels and that kind of thing. And we had a boiler room and tunnels. Jasmine, I think this predates you, but we'll have to talk about the snake sometime. Yeah, so we had a boiler room and tunnels that went under the house, and they actually attached the house across the street and then to City Hall across the other street. So we were at the top of this hill. There was our house, and there was the neighbor's house across the street. And then across from us, there was City Hall. So all three buildings actually attached, but everybody had their own padlock. So it was it felt kind of safe, but it was kind of weird at the same time. But, okay, we talked about the snake, we talked about that. What was I gonna tell you? Oh, okay, other story, because I am coming up with stuff just while we wait for these potatoes to go. I was in the Navy, and I did this tour with the Marines one summer. I don't know why they made me do it, but they did. I'm just going to go with it. Oh yeah, you remember the snake in the tree. I remember that too. It went straight up the tree. It was scary as all get out because I don't like snakes. All right, so I was in the Navy. I was stationed at Camp Pendleton in San Diego, or north of San Diego, California, for a couple weeks. It was like a TAD kind of thing. It was a temporary attachment. And I had chosen to do, what was I training on? I think I was training on helicopters at the time. But we had to do this night off. And, all right, let me tell you something. Spiders are the spawn of the devil. I'm telling you. Yes, my dear, I was in the military. So yeah, I one summer was attached with this Marine brigade in California, and it was in the desert, and we went out on this night out one night. And the whole thing, it was like capture the flag, like one team with their fake AR whatevers, because, you know, I don't do the gun thing, and the other team with their fake AR whatevers, and whoever got to the place, the destination first, won. So my team is like creeping along, quiet, super quiet. And we see this other team coming along. Let's just call them Team Bravo. Team Bravo is coming along, and we jump into this ditch, okay? So we're in this ditch. Everybody's supposed to be holding still, but I hear, and everybody else is like, dude, stop moving. Everybody, no, I'm moving. I'm not moving. I'm not moving. No, somebody stop moving. And you just hear this. So, you know, the other team passes, Team Bravo passes, and we're safe. So then we have to cross the road that Team Bravo is traveling down. We want to cross it ahead of them. And just as we're about ready to, I mean, we're like inches from crossing this road, because on the other side of the road is the flag, and it's basically an ops maneuver of capture the flag. So what happens? Dina falls in a frickin' hole. And it's not like, oh, it's this little hole. It's a hole, y'all. Like, Dina is gone. And, you know, I'm reflecting on laying in the ditch with my comrades, and the that we kept hearing. And lo and behold, I am standing still, and I hear, and I feel things moving around me, and I hear, I am in a hole up to my ears. I am not freaking kidding you. So the next night, I'm out to dinner with my uncle, who was stationed at this particular base for 20 years. And he said, "Where'd you guys work last night?" And I said, "Oh, we were out at Combat Town." He goes, "Oh, we used to call that Tarantula Hill." I'm pretty darn certain that all that we heard was not movement of humans, but tarantulas moving around. Not a fan. So not a fan. Let's check on the potatoes. We've got some nice goldenness going on here. I'm super happy with what I'm seeing. I'd like to see another 10 minutes. Nope, I don't do spiders either, dear. Just cannot. Cannot. Mr. Paul Duncan, the hole was big. Like, I fell into a chasm. I kid you not. There was room, and I mean, I wasn't as big back then, obviously. In fact, I was kind of small. But there was plenty of room in this hole. It was as if it was dug to just like eat a human up, because it was broader than my shoulders, and I think I was about ear deep. I had the little fake AR whatever, but I wasn't gonna fire it off because I didn't know, you know, I don't even know if that my own team knew I was missing. Because Dina at, you know, 5'3", of all of that, and the little teeny 28-inch inseam, I'm not certain that they knew I was gone. They probably just assumed I was back there somewhere. Dina's back there somewhere. But yeah, so I'm pretty darn certain I was in that hole with tarantulas, which is so not cool. All right, what else? What's next? Anybody have questions? Come on, throw them at me. Tori, I think you asked a question last night when we were signing off, and I don't remember what it was now, but I'm happy to answer it if you remember. Oh, no. I'm gonna tell you right now. There is no going anywhere with their critters. Just not going where there are critters. Just period, full stop. Not gonna do it. I'm gonna get some more of this mix. So, Obs, when were you in the jungle? That's a man after my own heart. Are we getting married soon, Mr. Paul? Oh wait, that so would not work. All right, I think we're done. Let me get a dish. So these potatoes will be really crispy on the outside and super fluffy on the inside. They're just amazing. And then, you know, we have the requisite Silver Lining Homeplace carrots. Okay, Tori, your question last night, did I let the sauce cook the noodles? No, I didn't. What I did was I let the sauce warm the noodles, because the night before, when we made the green bean and ground beef casserole stir fry, I wasn't sure that we'd have time for the rice to cook, because remember, I was trying to jump over to that other stream. So I started some ramen just to have something to pour it all over. And it turned out that my rice turned out just fine, and it was done quickly enough. So I had this pile of ramen noodles last night, which is why when we made the peanut sauce, I went ahead and just put the noodles in there to come to temperature. So that's that. Let me get a fork. And I'm getting a little bit of Malden. This has got to be my favorite salt ever. It's really coarse, super coarse, and it holds on to the vegetables quite nicely. It's almost like it's got little grappling hooks or something. All right, my friends, that is everything. Where do I get my ramen noodles? Okay, let me show you that, because you know, it's super secret squirrel. Hang on. We like to keep it real at Silver Lining Homeplace. I do buy other stuff. I actually like Ichiban. That's my favorite, but I couldn't tell you why. I mean, this stuff is $1.49 for 10 of them. It's hard to not just buy these. And they didn't, I usually don't buy beef. I usually buy the soy sauce flavor. But then again, I don't use the flavor packet, so. Anyhow, that's all they had today, or yesterday when I bought these, so that's what I got. What else we got, folks? Talk to me. So the potatoes are totally fluffy. They're actually really good. I was surprised because I was afraid that they wouldn't be. But you can see that they're golden, but when I break them open, they're just nice and soft and totally fluffy, which makes them a perfect roast potato in my book.
As we look up at the stars in the sky, did we ever stop and wondered why we let our love shine all through the night?
Hey girl, hey!
Just you and me, babe, until the morning light.
But I overcooked the green beans, but they're still good. It tastes like green beans. But really, the cocktail is the best thing right now. So next week, I'm going to start talking about, if you guys are interested, that is. If you're interested, I will talk about starting seeds and getting things ready for the garden for 2022. Is that of interest to you? If I had 500 subscriptions, I would have a community tab that would let me have a poll, but I'm going to rely on homegrown, just answering questions. And the carrots are nice and sweet.
I wanna do it all with you by my side. If you're in, meet me here tonight. Be brave and come along. I'll be your
All right, y'all.
promise. We don't need no
I'm going to give it another 20 seconds.
We can travel the world, so just say yes. Choose to do whatever comes next. This or that.
Tori says yes. Okay.
On a Tuesday night, a drinking where we're by an open fire, make love or fight. This or that. This or that. Evenings on the train or catch a morning flight. Enjoying dinner until midnight, or bed by night. This or I wanna see it all. Find the northern lights, see the stars in
All right, y'all.
the open wide.
Have a good night.
Catch a glimpse of
Love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.